watching James. My name's James, you're watching me, and I'm talking about watches. Today I wanted to talk to you about my experiences with wearing a watch while scuba diving. In particular, why I wore it for such a long period of time, but then about 20 years ago I stopped wearing one whilst diving. Now I've been diving since I was about 12 years old, and I've done around about 400 logged dives since then. My father gave me my first automatic watch at around 13 years old. He gave it to me specifically so we can go diving together and I could wear the watch. This is the watch here, I still have it now. When I wore it back then, I had it on a black NATO. I wore the watch a lot at the time, basically day and night, and I wore it every time I went diving. And I did that until I was around about 21 years old. So let's have a bit of a quick look at it. And this is my ADEC dive watch. ADEC was made by Citizen and were a budget watch at the time. I wore this on a black NATO the whole time that I had it, but recently I custom made this leather button strap for it, which I think works quite well for it. I don't really wear it anymore, but it's nice to still own it, and it's always a nice thing to have in my collection. As you can see, it's had a very hard life. All of this wear and tear, all of these scratches are from when I went diving with it. I have done a lot of night diving whilst wearing this watch, and the loom of this watch at the time worked quite well, and even though it's getting quite old now, it still works today. So why then, when I had this watch and I wore it for so long, did I finally stop wearing it? And why, when I have some really nice dive watches in my collection now, do I not wear them when I go scuba diving? And the simple answer really is that in the early 2000s, when I actually stopped wearing this watch, the technology and the ability to wear and use a dive computer was becoming more available and more affordable, and that's what I chose to do, and I still do that today. Nowadays, everything that I need to know underwater, including what the time is on my gauges or on my computer, or my inbuilt computer in my gauges. Also, you saw when you're looking specifically at my watch how much damage there was to it, and that's because I wore it whilst diving, and it does hit coral, it does hit things, and it does get damaged. I think it's a very good example to show you how it can get damaged whilst underwater. And my dive watches that I have now that I love and I enjoy and I wear all the time, I don't want them to be damaged like this watch was. A lot of people still wear watches diving today, and there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I think it's great. In fact, I think it's really good if you've got a nice dive watch that you're actually actively using it for what it's meant to be used for. But just me personally, I freak out about damaging the watch, and I would not want that to occur. And plus, when I have those gauges and that computer available to me, I don't specifically need that functionality of telling the time or timing a dive. But that's really all. It's just a quick video today. I really appreciate you watching, and leave me a comment if you do wear your watch whilst diving, or if you think the same as me and you have other options nowadays. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.